We are working a lot on innovative materials, and certainly we are also looking at 3D materials or 3D printing materials. And it's not like, I would say, it doesn't have a future, but I think it will always be a niche market. We really have to consider for most structures, underground structures, foundations, we don't need these fancy, sophisticated shapes. We just have simple shapes, and for a simple shape I think the conventional printing still is the best choice. If we look at the market where concrete and cement are sold, it's a mass product, and typically concrete goes into structures like foundations, like floors, like slabs, like girders, and so on. And these structures are relatively simple, so you don't need to apply a 3D printing system in order to cast concrete here. And for most of the technological applications, and I would say it's 90% of the market, it's much better to use a conventional technology for different reasons. I mean, 3D printing is made for binder system, which hardens very rapidly. And we don't have that binder system if we use a cementitious material. Cement takes a long time to harden, so we heavily have to accelerate the hydration of the cement. And we know that if we accelerate the hydration of cement, this causes a problem with the durability. So the performance of the concrete will be reduced by that. So the slower the hydration is, the better will be the concrete quality, and we don't have that in a 3D printing system. And the next thing is we are dealing with the layer casting. So concrete is a highly thixotropic material, so the already cast layer will have different flow properties than the next layer which will be cast upon it. So we'll always have a weak layer bond in between these layers. And this compromises the durability of the system. And at the end of the day, I mean, certainly we have to save costs for the scaffolding, which are extremely expensive today, but in order to apply 3D printing, we have to invest a lot of money into the admixtures which are required to first make the concrete flowable and finally get it hardened very rapidly. And at the end of the day, we just exchange the higher costs for the scaffolding to higher costs for the materials, and that I think doesn't make a lot of sense. It will definitely play a role, but not for engineering structures. For architectural purposes, if you want to have some beautiful things which don't have a serious statical function for a structure, I'm quite sure that 3D printing can be kind of a revolution. So I'm not concerned that this technology will have its market in a certain niche, but I think it will remain in the field of architectural applications.